This is a smoke detector, and there's a couple of things I can tell you about smoke detectors. One of them is, if you want to test a smoke detector to see if it's working, one way to do that is you press a button and you hold it down for a minute, and now you know it's working. Okay, now sometimes that noise is going to come about because you have a low battery. Inside a smoke detector, there are often devices such as a battery that can fit in the smoke detector, and you might have to replace the battery. If you hear that little chirping noise once in a while, that means take this down like I did. You just twist it off and replace the battery. Okay, another option is that this noise could go off and off and off and never stop. And the reason for that is two. Number one, it is doing its job. Somebody's smoking right underneath it, or in the once in a million chance you might actually have a fire. That's why they have been invented, to alert you to this fact. But unfortunately, that's about 1 out of 1,000 times. The other 999 times, usually about 2 o'clock in the morning when you're sleeping, they start going off, and this sound is not really something you want to hear all night long. And yet, here's somebody that wakes up, doesn't know what's going on, it's in the middle of the night. What they want to do is they want to figure out a way to make that noise stop. Unfortunately, the smoke detector could easily be, it could have something in it. It could have lint or dust or some such thing like that.
Right, now press the button.
Sometimes there's a problem with just getting to the smoke detector and unscrewing it and taking it out of the ceiling. And here's the problem. It's going off, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you want to turn it off, and guess what? You can't reach it. So this can be a real problem, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're half asleep. So I'm going to give you a solution to that problem. The solution to getting rid of that noise is to understand that there's power going to that smoke detector. And the power can be shut off with the right circuit breaker. Now, the best way to handle this is to figure out in advance which circuit breaker controls that smoke detector. You label it such, and then at that point you simply come down and flip off the breaker. And guess what? The noise stops instantly. So my suggestion is, when it's not 2 o'clock in the morning, but some other time, get a friend, family member to press that button and then flip breakers off one by one until you find the breaker that when you press the button, the noise doesn't happen, and then you'll know that's the right one. Then you label it smoke detector. And at that point, you're all set to just come down and turn it off. Then you have to unscrew the smoke detector with a tall ladder or whatever later, someday, like maybe the next day, and you can replace the battery so it's not chirping, or replace the smoke detector so that it's not making that terrible noise anymore.